Hi everyone, I hope you're well. So yeah, it's been a while. I was meant to have a vlog go out on Friday. Unfortunately, something happened to the memory card, so yeah, that was totally my fault. I got them mixed up with my sat-nav memory card and yeah. Anyway, so I am just going to do a cooking video. So, update health-wise, things took a really bad turn. And infection was just writhing underneath that dressing I was told not to touch. To find out it shouldn't have been on so long anyway, which isn't my GP's fault or the nurse's fault at all. I was following instructions from another medical profession who was quite rightly in what they told me. I just have a horrible allergy to this particular dressing, so I'm not looking at the camera at this particular dressing, so you couldn't tell what was going on underneath it. But by the by, I have now gone back onto another course of antibiotics, redressed, and it's finally now not got 2 holes I can fit my finger in on my knee, and yeah, so it's starting to heal. As for the replacement itself, that's great. The replacement is wonderful. So anyway, I thought I'd do something different. So today I've been watching a lady called Jess cooking. She cooks for 6. When all my kids were at home, I was cooking for 7. Then I started cooking for my parents. I was cooking for 9. I'm always cooking for big lots of people. Today I'm cooking for 5. And today it is pork chops with veg, which is green peppers, red peppers, carrots, cabbage, onion, that kind of thing. Also making homemade gravy, also making some cornbread, and a few other things. And I'll tell you what they are as I go along. And I found some pigs and blankets in the back of the freezer, so I thought, hey, why not just chuck them in for good measure. So yeah, join me while I cook our Sunday dinner. Right, let's see if we can get this voiceover to work because we have music in the background. So you'll need a bowl. That's obvious because I'm waving it around at you. And some measuring cups. Okay, here we go. So you're going to need plain flour, cornmeal. I like using the fine cornmeal. Sugar. Some milk, any kind of milk that you like, alternatives or anything like that. Some baking powder. And some butter. It's only cheap butter. And you're going to need a well-greased pan. So I greased this pan with butter. Right, that's just me disappearing over to the other side of the kitchen because I left the fridge door open. So, excuse any background noise. I'm actually doing this voiceover while I'm in the car. So, there's my bowl with cornmeal, the flour, the baking powder, the sugar, all the dry ingredients, everything in there. Then you're going to need a jug of milk. All the measurements are going to be down in the description. So I pour my milk in. Also the butter, you need it melted, so zap it in the microwave for a couple of seconds. Add a little bit of milk at a time and whisk it, because if you add it all at once you're going to get lumps, and what you want is a nice smooth batter. For those out there that haven't had cornbread before, it's one of my favourites, especially when you've got a big old plate of gravy. So anyway, as you can see, I added the milk in about three parts. So I'm just going to work these muscles. Muscles. My son's 22 on Friday. I'm still trying to lose the baby fat, so any workout is better than nothing. So in this bowl I have 4 eggs. I forgot to tell you I needed eggs. 4 eggs. And I've whisked them up so it's easier to whisk in. Tip them all in one go. Give it another good spin. This is where you'll now start noticing a really nice batter. Okay, you can do it with an electric whisk, but hey, why make life easy? Right, so mix more. This is where you will add your melted butter. Look, I never said this was a low-calorie recipe. It's a Sunday, so we're allowed to indulge ourselves just a little bit more. We eat low-calorie all week, so here we go. So just mixing that together. And now you see I have a really nice, smooth, light-coloured batter. Everything is incorporated in. So in the oven is my hot pan. Well, in the oven is my pan that I've heated up and I grease with butter. So I will get that out the oven in 2 seconds. Right, in my oven glove. So I'll fold the tea towel, steam my glasses up like we do. And just get this hot pan out. There you go. I knew it was coming. Right. Pour in your batter into the hot pan. Let me just get a bowl scraper. There you go. And just tip that in. You'll hear it sizzle if you know that you've got your pan hot enough. And just scrape that all in. Okay, apologies again for the background noise. I am in the car currently off to see my surgeon, and thought, do you know what, I might as well get my voiceover done and get this video uploaded on the way. So I'm not wasting any of this batter because I know how good this cornbread's going to taste. So get that all in there. I think I just flicked a bit in my glasses. There you go. Right, there you go. Get it in the oven. Next is my veggies. Now, I've learned something from Jess Cooking, and please go to her channel. I wash all my veg and my fruit just in cold water. She washes hers in cold water with a sprinkle of baking soda, and I was like, why? Do you know what? It gets every little bit of dirt and grime and all that rubbish out of your fruit and veg. Honestly, you don't need a lot. Just a little, just a sieve, cold water and some baking powder. In my bowl you can see I've got potatoes, green pepper, red pepper, carrots, onion, there's some garlic in there, and there's a sweet potato. That's nothing to do with this recipe, that's because my son doesn't like white potatoes, so I will do him roast sweet potato, keep him happy. There you go. Right, I've chucked everything I need in this bowl, got the cold tap running, nice clean sink. And I will just sprinkle a bit of baking soda in there, make sure it's on all the veggies, and then just wash them. Give them a nice wash. They're not peeled yet. Once they're peeled, I will wash them again. In the same thing with baking soda, bicarb soda. Get it right, Michelle. There you go. Everything's chopped up. So onions and I did also wash my cabbage, and the cabbage has all been washed and that's been sliced, garlic sliced, there's some flour and chicken stock there, I'll talk about that later. So these are my potatoes all washed and diced up, ready to parboil to make the mash. I will add a little bit of salt. I've started using this pink salt that everyone else is using and absolutely love it. So I've got that. Now, instead of putting water in, I'm using a bag of chicken stock. Bought this in Asda. Thought I'd give it a go. I know Jess Cooking uses all her stock in chicken broth and she buys it in cartons. So I went into Asda and found it in packets. So I'm going to top this up with the chicken stock and cook my potatoes in that. In the background, you'll find there's a saucepan with the cabbage, which is all sliced up, and the carrots. And I'm just parboiling them slightly because I like them a little softer for the next part of the recipe, and so does my dad. And get to a certain age, you know, you want your food a bit softer. Not saying anything, Dad, not saying you can't eat hard food, but I do like to make sure that you enjoy your dinner without having to worry. So that's the potatoes on to parboil in the chicken stock. Nothing else, just the potatoes and covered with chicken stock. I'm just making sure my cabbage is all in the water there. Right, next. What am I doing next, Michelle? Are you going to tell me? Ah, yes. Next I'm getting a frying pan. And I'm going to get some chorizo. Like I said, everything's in order in the description box, even though it's higgledy-piggledy on here. Right, so I'm heating the pan and I'm going to chop up my chorizo. Now, some of my family moan if I don't peel the chorizo, so I'm going to chop it up and then I'm going to take off the outer skin off the chorizo to keep everybody happy. All you're going to do is dry pan fry the chorizo till it's crispy. You don't need any oil or anything, and then put it to one side. Do not wash your frying pan up because that really helps with the next part of the cooking. So yeah, like I said, you see me getting the skin off the chorizo. I don't mind it, but like I said, some of my family do, so try and keep everyone happy. Right, so I've just added it to the pan and got it sizzling away there. I love the smell of chorizo, I really do. Right, it's been time now for me to get my cornbread out. Look at that, perfect timing. Stick your knife in the middle. If it comes out like a cake, you know, knife comes out clean, you know it's done. And then all you need to do is put it to one side, cover it over if you want to. Just put it to one side until you're ready for dinner. There you go. Right, back to stirring my chorizo. You can see the potatoes are parboiling, bubbling away. The cabbage and the carrots are starting to soften. Everything's going hunky-dory. Got my little Doritos bowl will blow for my Samantha. Just add the chorizo into there, set it to one side. Do not wash this pan because it is full of chorizo oil goodiness. Just turn it down a bit. Right, now get my giant pan. This is what I'm going to be putting my meat into. Actually, I need to get a different pan, but you need a bowl and a sieve. Now this is my meat bowl and meat sieve, and I've got on blue gloves, and I will take my meat over to the sink and give it a really good wash. Trim off any excess fat. Now pork chops, I love the fat around a pork chop, leave that on, but if you get any bits hanging, or if the fat around a pork chop is too thick, then feel free to trim, which is what I'll do. But I do leave the nice melty fat on that goes all nice and crispy. Just take these rubbishy packets around. Oh, and I found some pigs in blankets in the back of the freezer, and I thought, I'll do them, I can eat them while I'm cooking. Anyway, going to take chops over and give them a wash. Now I've patted them dry. I've got a different pan, not the big pan that's going in the oven. This pan's just for me to put them in, ready to rub. So I'm just going to put that bowl over to one side. One glove off. The reason I take one glove off is because this hand, with the clean hand, can touch everything, and the blue glove can touch all the meat, and I'm not contaminating raw meat onto like my salt and pepper grinder and my paprika. So add paprika. Now there are measurements for this, but my measurements are my eyes and my taste and my personal taste. So I will leave that up to you, how much paprika you want to put on your pork chops. So, and yes, I'm not just using seasonal, I'm stepping away from seasonal a little bit just because of the salt content. So I am still using it, not as much. So I think that was my onion powder. So I'm going to add onion powder both sides to the chops. At the minute they've got no oil or anything on them. Then I'm using garlic granules. Look at me pop that lid with one hand. Oh, muscles in my fingertips. Shame they're not in the rest of my body. Anyway, that's the garlic granules. Then I will... Oh no, see, I've touched that one. Okay, so I touched that one, but because I knew that pepper was empty, so I was getting it out the rack and putting it into the bin. So yeah, like I said, I keep one hand that doesn't touch, and I managed to add a little bit of seasonal, hold it with my wrist so my fingertips don't touch the lid. There you go. Right, now it's rub everything in. Don't miss a centimetre of this meat. Get it all covered in everything I've just added. Like I said, there's no oil in there. It's just a dry rub at the moment. Right, now in the meantime I have that frying pan heating back up. So let's take that glove off. There you go, put it in the bin, make sure my hands are clean. Right, so just adjusting the heat on that frying pan. Test my potatoes. As soon as Carl comes back, I will give him the potatoes because he makes the best mash. He will add some butter, some milk and parsley to the potatoes. Make sure they're seasoned with salt and pepper. Just checking my cabbage, and I think that is soft enough, so I'll just turn it off and leave it there. Got my tongs and the tray that's actually going to go in the oven. I love these enamel trays. I only get them from Asda. We've got various sizes, but before I do fry them, just to brown them on each side, I will add some plain flour just to coat them. like I said, this is inspired by Jess Cooking. It's not exactly how she does it. She uses some of their chops. I don't know what animal they're getting from. They're massive. But she will actually dip her pork chops in the flour, not just sprinkle flour on the top, but I do. Okay, right, now the pan's hot. I will just add a couple of chops at a time. There's no point overfilling the pan. I'm just going to be browning them. There you go. Potatoes are done, and Carl is back, so give him the potatoes. Oh, I need to give him the colander in the bowl as well, so we can drain them. I'll come back and get them. There you go. I came back and got them. Oh dear. So that's him sorted. I am going to carry on and brown these chops. Right, my chops are all sitting in the pan at the side. So same frying pan that the chorizo is in. No need to wash. It will taste great. You add your onions, 2 sliced onions, and then only half, because you'll need the other half for later. Add half of your chopped garlic. Okay. Add that in there. I did add a little tiny bit of olive oil, don't mind if I said, to go with the chorizo, just so there was enough in there. Give that a stir for a couple of minutes. Don't forget, it's all going in the oven, so it doesn't matter if you know, your veg hasn't gone soft yet. Add your green and your red peppers into that same pan. Right, give it a stir. And then bring over the chops, and what you're going to do is add this on top of your pork chops. That's it. That's me just turning the oven up a little bit. These are going to go in the oven around 165, 170 fan. And get put that to one side. Next, before it even thinks about going in the oven, you have to make your gravy. Right, I'm going to make my gravy in the big pan. So I've got my favourite 2-handle pan. Which ring should I put it on? Yeah, put it on that one. It's already hot, so it won't take some heat up. Right, in there, you're going to add a little bit of olive oil. Some people use butter. Normally I would, but I fancied trying making the gravy with a little tiny bit of olive oil, so a little splash at the bottom there. And heat that up. Salt, which is right in the way, so come on, salt, move out of the way. You don't want to stand there. There's my pepper. Oh, it's gone flat, that needs charging. Might get a little bit out of that. I still haven't moved the salt. I'm sure I remembered moving the salt out of the way. Anyway, once my pan is hot, I've got my flour, and I'm going to tip that straight into the hot pan with the oil. Now, you need a spoon, and as this is a non-stick pan, I've also got a whisk. Oh, there you go, I knew I moved the salt. I've also got a whisk, but it's a rubber silicone whisk, so it won't scratch my pan. You need to cook your flour out in the oil until it's lightly brown on a medium heat. Don't have it too high, and don't take your eyes off it, because you do not want this to burn at all. Oh, there you go. Hello, Mr. Whisk. So, there you go. So just getting that from around the edges. I'll go back to the spoon, back to the whisk, back to the spoon, many times. We always get one driver who thinks that the white lines aren't there for any reason apart from them to cross them. Anyway, back to the cooking. Just adjusting the heat slightly. There you go. Right, now I need my other bag of chicken stock. You'll notice I make 2 cuts in this. The first one was making it go everywhere, and I had to take another chunk off to get it to actually go in the pan. Thought I was being clever, just making a little slit. Once that is all hot, back to the spoon. Once it's all hot and coming together a little bit, add your stock, but please add it a little bit at a time. And each time you've added a bit, you will stir that thing like your life depends on it. It will go lumpy, it will come together, it won't look like anything, but persevere. The lumps will disappear, they will cook out, and it will end up with a smooth gravy. But it takes patience and working those muscles once again. So once I know it's hot enough and it's ready and all the flowers are nicely saying, but I'm saying something, probably the same thing, sand coloured flour. Get your chicken stock, and you see it will go everywhere. Add a little bit. Oh, they splash all over the cooker. Add a little bit, and then you will mix that and keep mixing. You'll see me now just take a corner off the chicken stock. Should have done in the first place. Right, back to mixing. They said it will look lumpy, it won't look like it's ever going to turn into a sauce, but believe me, persevere, keep on that heat, add a little at a time. Every time you've cooked out that bit of sauce, then you add a bit more, and eventually it will turn from that lumpy looking flour ball into a lovely smooth gravy. Keep going. There you go. A bit more mixing. My arm's getting tired, but I will not let it win. I probably will show you the end product towards the end, because I really don't think you want to sit there watching me making a sauce continuously for 5-10 minutes. It takes a while to actually get it to go into a gravy and not be a powdery lumpy mess, but keep going. So I like to add a little something extra. So I'm going to test it. Yes, I put my finger in the hot gravy, but my fingers are clean and it's for my family. So there. Anyway, I added a bit of salt because that's what it needed when I tasted it. But I also will add about a tablespoon of instant gravy granules. I like to use the chicken ones, not vegetable or beef or anything. And I know we're having pork, but I do like to add a little bit of chicken ones. 1, it gives it another extra bit layer of flavour. 2, it gives it an extra bit of thickening. 3, it's just what I like to do. Oh, and I like the colour it gives as well when you've got homemade gravy. So there you go. There it is, all nice and smooth. No lumps. Definitely no lumps. Right, so the next thing I will do is pour that all over the pork chops. There you go. So that's the pork chops that have browned, the veg and the gravy. Cover my dish with a layer of foil and put it in the oven. Right, next I've got the pan and I'm adding a little bit more olive oil. It looks like I use a lot of olive oil, and I do, but I do love it. I really would love to try the avocado oil, but my daughter is deathly allergic to avocado, and even though she's not eating this, I wouldn't want to use any of my pans and utensils that have been anywhere near. I don't know how much she washed them. I was just really, really worried that if she comes home from uni, that she'd, or when she comes home from uni, she'd get any of it on anything and make her very ill. But anyway, now the pan's nice and hot, I'm going to add in the rest of the chopped garlic from earlier. It's being very stubborn and not wanting to go out the dish. Sorry, I'm just eating a Mento. Whoops. There you go. I'll leave that hot. Oh, what's Carl doing in the background? Oh, he's doing the washing up. He's a good egg. Washing up and drying up and getting rid of all my rubbish that I've left around. Right, I have my cabbage and my carrots drained all in my colander. I'm just waiting for that to heat up a bit and for the garlic to brown slightly. Okay, so now I'm going to add all of that into the pan where I have my garlic. Make sure I've drained off all the water. Okay. Oh, I'll tell you what I bought myself the other day. A grater that you suction to keep it on the worktop. You turn the handle and it's just like a vegetable chopper. But it's a grater. I will show you in my next video. And also, I've gone back to the 60s and 70s. Or 70s when I was born in 71. My mum had a salad spinner. And I've seen these posh salad spinners now. But I wanted to... Oh, that's just a sweet potato for my son. Don't worry about that. And I wanted an old-fashioned salad spinner. And yeah, I bought myself a salad spinner. I'm very excited to get using that. Right, add a bit of pink salt into the veggies. So yeah, I will show you what I bought in a video. Not a video. But I'm very impressed with this salad spinner. I'm very excited. Very excited to use it. So there you go. I'm just going to stir that veg around. That's it. And then I'm going to add in the chorizo that we cooked earlier and any oil that's in that Dora bowl. Stir your chorizo in. Remember, your chorizo is already cooked. The cabbage is near enough cooked, and the carrots are. We parboiled them. Sorry, I think the chorizo oil just went all over my tiles. Yeah, stir that in. Only takes 2 minutes. Turn the heat off. Put the lid on. Leave that until you serve dinner up later. And there you go. There is a picture of our dinner. Now, I always forget to do famous, fabulous lighting and posh pictures and everything like that. But there you go. That's our dinner. And do you know what? We thoroughly enjoyed it. So there's our pork chops with veggies, mashed potato and cornbread. Catch you on the next one.